Welcome back. Elder advisors don't go broke in a nursing home, and it can happen. If you've heard horror stories, some of those may be true. Let's avoid those completely. Okay, workshops tomorrow.
Freeworkshop.com, Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
And I'm sorry, Monday and Tuesday. I realize that there's a lot of information to cover, but this will give people a good handle on things,
Absolutely.
right? So how do these workshops run? Let's talk about that.
Well, the winter months, we do the 10 a.m. because it does get dark like at 6 o'clock now. So, yeah, Monday and Tuesday, 10 a.m., Kentucky, 10 a.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. Off Crenton, and then Tuesday morning in Indiana at Clarksville at the Hampton Inn at 10 a.m. But it's fast-paced, and as Lindsay alluded to in the previous segment, we haven't done a workshop since October. Yeah. So we've already had quite a bit of response in RSVPing. People can go to thefreeworkshop.com and register, or they can call the office, 855-LARRY-55. It answers all your questions and problems. But on the break, we were kind of making a comment about how some people just can't be helped. And that's probably true in all walks of life, whether you're 20 years old in college or 40 years old, whatever. But before Lindsay came on board, when I would have people that were on the precipice. I never knew what side of the fence they were going to fall on.
Meaning their care level. Like, do they need care? Are you okay in home or skilled nursing? Like,
excuse me. We've talked before. You can't upstage me on live
television. I'm sorry. I'll leave.
Remember? Because
Kentucky needed clarification. They didn't know what.
Okay, yes, that's why you are the senior vice president. Folks, she signs my paycheck now. Okay, but in the care level component, someone would come into the office, and mom is still at home. The 60-year-old kid's wife is there taking care of mom, and they're not really sure what's going to happen. And all I can really do is kind of give them an overview, but we're not in a crisis mode yet because they're convinced she's going to be fine. She can stay there.
And knock on wood, we hope she is.
And knock on wood, we hope, right. So all I could offer them was to say, a couple little pointers, but say, I need to be the first non-family member you call if she goes into care or if she's at the hospital before she even gets to rehab. I need the phone call because the sooner I know Kentucky, I can protect assets. Whether it's a husband and wife, one spouse goes in, I can protect all the assets that a single person have. But in this example, a lot of times that was it. I didn't have the care component, which is what Lindsay brings to the table, because now I can say, Lindsay, I'll let you take it from there.
Well, I can come on as a board-certified patient advocate and just kind of help navigate. So there are tons of resources in our community, and which side of the river you live on is a component, your age, your insurance, all of those are variables for what resources are available. The gift that I have with 15 plus years of experience in senior care is I know most of the resources, or I know where to go to unlock that certain resource. I don't make decisions for my families. I make no decisions for my family. I just help my families understand what's out there. And we are so blessed. We are so blessed with having the opportunity to, in Indiana and more so in Kentucky, there's services available in the home, and people don't realize that. And I love Larry's Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home. Love it. It's so good. But don't go broke at home either.
Right.
Paying for your care needs and the high cost of aging. It's just very expensive.
Touche.
There you go. Yeah, what happened was you guys were loving on each other, and your mic got knocked off.
I've got a microphone.
Turned off. Yeah, so now you got a microphone.
Solo. Hey guys, I'm ready. I'm ready for my solo.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm comfortable with the microphone.
I know you are.
So you talked about a very common snenario there, Larry.
Yeah.
You said with a couple taking care of their parents,
right?
But everyone's different. You'll handle everything.
Yeah, we're kind of like a doctor. We've seen it before. It's nothing new.
I'm not a clinician.
But right, and I'm certainly not an attorney. But I had a family yesterday coming in, and it was very, very sad. The son brought dad in. Dad had some marks on his face where the wife had some behavioral issues. Clearly needs help, certainly on the clinical side. But I think dad is so close to the son he can't see. Mm-hmm. And I was really kind of stunned that it was like, well, I'm going to go home and think about it. I'm like, I don't know what you're thinking about. I mean, it was just bad. But we can't help everyone, and I've kind of had to accept that in life.
It's sensitive.
It is sensitive, and it was very sad.
And I take a great deal of joy. The clients that I work with is just helping them normalize what's happening to them. And so much of, especially if you're dealing with an aging parent with dementia, there's so many behavior expressions and things that seem really odd and nobody really talks about, and they're actually really common. And so just normalizing, right? Just normalizing aging for people. Like I really like to look at an adult child and say, I know that doesn't help, but I've seen that before. That happens a lot. And that brings me joy as well. Is kind of helping people understand that.
And Tammy, the show producer, is, well, because this is Wave 3 Listens Live with Larry Weiss.
I think it's.
With John Ramsey today.
Thank you for letting me join you. But I do think that everything is personal. But what's really great, and you said this yesterday, and you can confirm this, there's a Q&A session. I mean, you get all this general information that you need, but then it's going to be like, okay, your situation is different. You have a question. Boom.
Well, and the other part of that is the peace of mind that, I was saying earlier, taking the stress off, the peace of mind will really be illustrated for your viewers tomorrow when Autumn Schneider from our company, our placement angel, and Tim Goebel, our document Jedi. Okay, that's his title.
That's his title, Document
He
Jedi.
knows, and he's supposed to bring his lightsaber. I said, Tim, bring your lightsaber.
So it seems to me when you say that Jedi, he's networked to get things
He
done.
knows how to get the paperwork because it's such a horrendous file you have to put together, and that's part of the stress. Families. I've had families look at it. I go, I'm still working. I don't have time for that. That's what we're doing. That's what Tim does. He makes sure order of that stuff. And on the other part is placement, because finding a bed is often extremely difficult. It's obviously always stressful, but that's part of what Lindsay brings to the table on the clinical, and then Autumn on the placement to find a place.
And so this is a great example. We had an out-of-town adult child who mom was sick at the hospital, and she's like, I can't meet with you tomorrow. I was like, we can see you tomorrow at 10. Come into the office at 10. I can't. We're driving to Frankfurt to get the birth certificate for this thing. And I said, you're not going to Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's completely
Come in
unnecessary.
and see us. And that's what Tim does. So he helps track down all the vital statistics and everything. And we've got such an amazing team at Elder Advisors, and it serves it serves our clients so well.
Another word for, or I guess another phrase for, peace of mind would be take away the hassle.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, it's a lot of work.
Well, the time. We talked about the money, but the money we're able to save, but the time. Oh my goodness, the time we're able to save families.
But, and speaking of time that matters, do it now. Get ready for this workshop. Talk to me, Larry. How do they do it?
Yeah, they can go to freeworkshop.com. We'll be there Monday morning, 10 a.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn on Crittenden Drive, right off the expressway by Cracker Barrel down by the airport. And Tuesday morning for our Indiana folks, or the people that can't make it on Monday, Hampton Inn on Broadway Street off Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. You can go to freeworkshop.com or 855-LARRY55, where all your questions are answered at 855-LARRY55. And the producer wants to know if we have time to do a duet for Sonny and Cher. I got you, babe.
Attend the workshop. I promise
Yes,
you.
please come to the workshop. There will be no solos.
It won't be boring. I promise you. You won't fall asleep. Yeah, it's going to be good information. So again, we'll talk more with Elder Advisors.
Bye, April.
Tomorrow. All right, we'll take a little break here, and then coming up, we'll tell you about what's happening at 2 o'clock. Wave Country with Dawn G. A preview is next.